Hey, good morning. Chris here with Jarvis Outdoors. Our archery season is well underway, and crossbows have become increasingly more popular for people to use um, over the last couple years, and that's been a change with um, states changing their rules and regulations on crossbow usage. I know when I was a kid growing up, my grandfather used a crossbow, but it was only by permit because he had a disability and had to go to his doctors and get him to sign a letter and submit it to the DNR, and then he could hunt with a crossbow. But over the last couple of years, rules have changed. People are increasingly using these more than they used to. Some people have exclusively switched over to crossbows. And whatever your opinion is on the crossbow, I don't care, but I know that the reason I have this one is it gets my son, who's 10, in the woods sooner. Gets him more opportunity to hunt, and it's a great option for kids. It's a great option for someone that's older or has a disability. I know my father has exclusively switched over using a crossbow, and it works really well for him. So those of you that know crossbows, it's recommended that at the end of the hunt or when you're done using it, that you discharge the crossbow so it's not stored under tension. And one of the ways to do that is if you don't have a crossbow that has a decocking device or a cocking device like this one, you can use it. But the best recommended way is to just go ahead and discharge the crossbow, and they have these discharging bolts. So typically what they are, it's a heavier bolt. This one has a blunt tip on it. This one is specific for the 10-point style crossbows because they have their Evo knock that they want you to use, and it has a little weighted thing on here, and you just discharge it into the ground, and it stops the bolt from going into the ground or going too far into the ground, having this bigger head or the weighted blunt tip on it. Over the years, I've noticed with my dad, and now with this one for the 10-pointer Wicked Ridge, we break them. They get broke. So this one, the knock's broke. Yeah, I just need to replace the knock, but it's broken. This one is fairly new, but we've seen, I bet my dad has replaced 3 or 4 of these where the knock pops off and it has to be glued on, or this weighted head comes off. And then there's actually another one that I've seen, one of the guys we hunt with has used it, and it's got a big weighted, like mushroom style head on it. And his crossbow actually broke, the limbs broke. And potentially we're thinking that that big weighted head may have had something to do with that. We don't have any confirmation about that, but it just seems funny that as soon as he started using it, that's when his crossbow, the limb cracked. So what I came across, because I'm tired of buying these, is the Morel final shot discharge target. And this thing is great. It's super lightweight, 7 pounds, so I can take it with me anywhere. It's also 100% waterproof, so you can leave it in the back of your truck and it's not going to get messed up. The sun's not going to mess it up. The water, snow, rain is not going to mess it up. And it's very compact. It's only 15 inches tall. It's great to carry around. It's super easy to use. And now, instead of having to buy these discharge bolts, like I think this one's like $25. I think this one runs about 15. But instead of having to buy these discharge bolts, now you just use one of your regular bolts with a field point, and you discharge into the target. Super easy. And one of the other things I like about it is, now that I have this super light compact target with me, if I need to check my bow or my crossbow when I get to the field, I can easily do that. Just set the target out, 20, 30 yards, check my zero, and then know that I'm confident to go hunting with it. So It's really easy to use. I'll show you here in a second how to use it, but Morel recommends just laying it down on the ground, discharging the bolt into the target. Like I said, you could set it out and also use it in that fashion as well. But it's a great option for something to have to discharge, and you don't have to buy anything extra. You already have bolts that you're target shooting with. All you need is to have one with a field point, and you're good to go. So let me show you how it works, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, so as you can see, as recommended by Morel, just laid it down here on the ground, got my crossbow at the end of the hunt, and I've gone ahead and placed in my bolt with my field point on it, and just gonna step back and fire into the target, and we'll be done. Safety off, come back, fired into the discharge target, and we're done. Safely discharge the bolt into the target, and nothing's broke, and I don't have to buy anything special as far as these bolts that keep breaking. So as you saw, that was super easy. Just laid the target down on the ground, stepped back and discharged the crossbow right into the target using our regular bolt with just a field point on it, and we're done. So one of the things that's really nice about this is how easy it is to remove. Comes right out, no problem. So this is going to be a great option for me. I'm just going to leave it in the truck. Whether I'm taking my son crossbow hunting, or I'm just going out with my regular compound, if I need to check my zero, I can set this out there at 20 yards and check it, and it's great. So one of the things I've noticed when I was looking these up, some of these are called the Morel Yellow Jacket Discharge, and some of them are called the Final Shot. Either way, they're the same target. Bass Pro carries it, Amazon carries it. I'll put a link in the description below. You can check that out there. But it's a great option. Like I said, 7 pounds, 15 inches tall, 100% weatherproof. I can't think of a better option to throw in the back of the truck this season and have with us if I need to discharge the crossbow, excuse me, or just check my zero before I go in the woods. So check it out. Like I said, Morel, Final Shot, or the Discharge Target. I really think it'll be good for you, another option to have, and it's super cheap. I think it's under $30, and you're good to go. So if you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel, it really helps us out. And hit the little notification bell there, that way you can be notified when we upload new content. You can also follow along on our social media at Jarvis_outdoors on Instagram, or check out our website at jarvisoutdoors.com. Really appreciate you watching. Everybody get out there in the woods and be safe. Wanted to take a moment to thank our sponsors and our friends. Deer 30 Minerals, Rhinos Hunting Blinds, Unlimited Shield Hunt, Hunter Safety Systems, Whitetail Specialty Taxidermist, Ultimate Stitch Embroidery, and Criswell Automotive.